If you like the idea of having freedom to do what you want, to make the kind of money you want, and to live the lifestyle you want, hey, you picked a good time to be born, because right now it's better than ever. Hi, I'm Terry Brock. I want to talk with you about something that I'm really passionate about, and it can help you as someone who's got skills. Maybe you like technology. I'm kind of a nerd myself, but if you like technology, you're good at something. I mean, really good at something, and you're willing to adapt and adjust. You got a better time to be alive today than ever before. Let me roll you back a few years ago. I've been around for a couple of years now, and I remember days when you had to be tied to a particular place to get a job. If you lost your job and you had to leave, oh my goodness, you got to pick up and move to another part of the country and the whole thing. My parents had to do that. They had lived in Arkansas, couldn't find jobs there, and at the time, there were a lot of jobs happening in the Midwest. They heard about it. They went up to Michigan, where Terry was born, me, and they were able to get work. And Dad was working a couple of jobs. He worked really hard, working in the auto industry for Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Mom was a housewife, stayed home most of the time, and occasionally went out and got a job to make ends meet. They were very hardworking, simple kind of people, but that was the jobs they had. That was the lifestyle. And once they got someplace and they got a family, me, my brother and sister, and we got into school and everything, moving was a different option that really wasn't even considered. They wanted to leave and wanted to go somewhere, but couldn't do it. Dad had to go to the job there in the factory, and he'd get that paycheck every week or every other week, whenever it was. And those kind of things kept them tied. Today, it's different. As you know, we've got capability to do a lot. I was reading an article that was really interesting. You might have seen. I'm going to share my screen with you here and talk about something that I thought was particularly interesting. This was an interview in CoinDesk with Zoom's CIO, a rise in the decentralized workforce. I'd encourage you to bounce over there and take a look at this. And this is where Harry Mosley was interviewed by Michael Casey from CoinDesk. Really good points on this about how you have an opportunity to do even more than ever. And now is the time to do it. Matter of fact, some of the things I thought he was good. He said his first point is that talent isn't evenly distributed. The only way to hire, he says, is to hire remotely. Think about it. That is a really important consideration, because when you want to get the best talent, you can't always get them. Even today, people might have their kids in school, or they really like this particular area, or they've got a lot of family and friends around. They don't want to leave. I mean, unless you offer enormous amounts of money. Not all companies are able to do that. But what if you could get that person working with you? And they're mainly tying in through video, like Zoom. I'm using Zoom right now and love it. It's a great technology. And I'm having meetings with people around the world. Some people will say, wait a minute, we need to get together physically. We just want everyone together all the time there. They tried that at Yahoo. They tried that in a few other places. How'd that work out for them? Not so well, because people said, I don't want to have to go in and take an hour and a half drive to get to work. An hour and a half to get home. I want to be with my kids. I want to do that. But they found that just saying only in the remote, in the top of the mountain, connecting with people via the fastest Wi-Fi, that's not as good either. What you want is a combination. It's a hybrid. What it is you want to have the regular meetings, but it might be that, okay, every Friday we all get together at the office, or every other Friday we do that. Real big on monthly or quarterly meetings where everyone comes into a place and you see everyone for a weekend, for 2 or 3 days. They come in on a Tuesday and they're there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and leave, or something like that. Creatively can work. I wrote a lot about this when I was working with Skype, and got a chance to have wonderful experience with that wonderful company and great people that were there. I really loved it. And writing about how they can use the remote lifestyle and put this into making your life just what you want it to be. Well, that's what you can do. And so I want to give you some pointers here for you to get ahead. In technology, they're looking for people. I thought what he said was really good there. John was saying, here he is, head of the CIO of Zoom, saying there's more jobs than they have talent. They need more people right now. So the key is, wise person is going to say, okay, where do they need help? Where do they need some help? What kind of skills are necessary? And you can go out and do it. Hey, this is why God invented YouTube. This is why God invented all those wonderful technology schools that are out there. You want to learn about Python programming, you want to learn about C++, you want to learn about JavaScript, whatever it might be, you can do it today as never before. And I encourage you to get that skill. Right now, I heard Jason King was telling me he does a lot of work in training people and bringing on programmers. The average programmer is making about $165,000 a year. That's average. Those are doing really well, up in the many, many times that, in the $1 million stratus if they're that good. So the key is, guess what you need to do? Get that good. And here's another beautiful thing about it. It doesn't matter whether you're male, female, white, black, yellow, whatever. We don't care. Transgender, however you identify yourself, that's up to you. All we do care about, though, and this is serious, can you produce? Can you produce the results we need? No excuses. Do it. Get the resource help you're going to need. Tap into other brain power everywhere. And that's another advantage of working remotely. You've got better chances for collaboration this way than any other way. Because you think about it, we talk about getting together physically, and I'm all for that. I do it myself. Hey, I'm a professional speaker. I've made most of my money in my career going physically to a place, speaking to a group. They hire me. I come in and speak, talk about new technologies, new ways of doing activities, generating more marketing, taking the technology, deploying it to get more marketing. And that's good to be there in that meeting. There's a real magic that happens when you get together for the annual meeting or the semi-annual meetings with some. I do that with the National Speakers Association here in the United States, where I'm involved heavily with that, and our Global Speakers Federation. Just got back from England, and also had a chance to speak with our brothers and sisters up in Canada. And I love that. But when you can get together on a regular basis, weekly meetings, that is really powerful. I've got a client, I meet with them regularly, with some of the directors of the group. We get together and we talk about, here's what's going on. And even those that are in the same city will be in different places because they need to be over here today, or they had to take care of their daughter here, or they had this thing was going on. So they're calling from a coffee shop, or they're calling from some other place, or maybe they do get to the office. We've got the flexibility. What I'm asking you to do, learn that technology. Learn how it works. It's not very difficult at all. And then deploy that with brain power where you have an exceptionally good skill. You do that, you're going to be able to get ahead real well. What do you think? I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and let me know how you're using it, what you're using. I'm using Zoom. I'd be interested in what you're talking about and how we can use that to connect with people. It's really about the R commerce. I like to call it that. It's not about the e-commerce, the electronics. They're good. But what matters is the R commerce, the relationships that you forge with others and how you do that to get the job done and get the results. Hey, I'm Terry Brock. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and make it a great day. As the great Joel Weldon would say, get out there and make this day something that's going to be outstanding for you and for others.